So lesson 152 is again a review for place value and the comparison of greater than, equal, or less than in quantities and numerals up to 100. The quick practice is great because what you're asking kids is to identify whether a statement is true or false. And so they'll have to read, left to right, whether something is greater than, less than, or equal to, and if the representation is true on the screen, like this one in particular says 5 is greater than 9, kids should automatically know that's false. And then you'll ask why, and they should identify that we know that 5 is a smaller number than 9, and so we would ask what is the symbol that we would put in place, and it is 5 is less than 9, and they can show maybe with their bodies or drawing in the air like what that would look like. And kids will probably start to talk about the alligator, crocodile, mouse that were introduced earlier in Engage New York. And so obviously this is a review, but again, it's kind of hinting at the place value of like 9 ones is greater than 5 ones. For 21 is less than 12. Again, they should recognize it's false. This one is trickier because it's two two-digit numbers and the same two-digit numbers just in a different order. And so you'll ask kids like which place value did you look at? Did you look at the tens? Did you look at the ones? And it's also a good opportunity to reiterate that you look at the tens first. If the tens are the same, then you look at the ones, and that in the tens will tell you what's bigger, and if they're the same, then the ones will tell you what's bigger. And then there's some more equations that kids are asked to identify if they're equal or not. 8 equals 6 plus 2, kids might say it's incorrect because it's flipped around. It's not written in the traditional way, 6 plus 2 equals 8, it's 8 equals 6 plus 2. If you think of the equal sign as a balance on a scale, like the equals sign shows that both sides are the same, or equals means the same as, then you can ask, well, is 8 the same as 6 plus 2? And kids should be able to identify that pretty easily. 7 minus 3 equals 5. They'll have to, it's kind of a two-step process. 7 minus 3 equals 4. Is 4 the same as 5? No, so this is false. Since it is a quick practice, you probably won't spend a ton of time delving into this, but kind of an extension is asking kids to fix the mistakes in these sentences. For the application problem, it's a relatively basic addition, number sentence, 12 plus 4 equals 16. Kids have to pay attention to the two children coming together, one having 12 and one having 4, and when they come together they have 16. For the mini lesson, we're asking kids to identify the place value and greater than, less than, or equal to, except this time we're putting 10 or more in the tens column. So for this one, it looks funky because we have 10 tens and 0 ones instead of, we don't have anything in the hundreds because we haven't identified that yet, but we have 10 tens, 0 ones, 5 tens, and 0 ones, and asking kids, what number could that be? And maybe decade counting up if kids are unsure of what number 10 tens is. Kids should pretty automatically know that 5 tens and 0 ones is 50 because we've done that plenty of times. And then asking them how they know. 100 is greater because 10 is more than 5 in the tens place. And then asking kids to complete the sentence, which symbols should I use, greater than, less than, or equal to. Getting kids involved maybe with using their arms again, drawing in the air, whispering it in their hand, letting it out, getting them engaged in different ways. And then you're comparing again. These are just the standard two-digit numbers, nothing too fancy yet. None of the 10 or more in the tens place. And again, asking kids, which digit did you look at for 45 and 54? Did you look at the tens first? Did you look at the ones first? I looked at the tens. 4 is less than 5, so I know that 45 is less than 54. For 72 and 70, 7 and 7 are the same. I looked at 2 and 0. 2 is more than 0. 72 is greater than 70. For this one, if there are 9 tens and 0 tens, I know that 9 is a lot more than 0. 90 is greater than 9, and 50 is going to be less than 70 because 5 is less than 7. So always getting kids to kind of use that thinking and explain their reasoning. And that is lesson 152.